No more Black Tears podcast, man. We back at the next light. Caesar C's, what's going on, man?
Good people. Hope you're staying safe out there.
Easy.
What's up, y'all, man? It's been a long week. So this week in sports, y'all, the great Derrick Rose retired. The youngest NBA MVP was with the Chicago Bulls for a long time. And we all know his injury history and his long journey to this moment. C's, what's your thought on Derrick Rose retiring?
Hooper. Just going back to seeing his high school highlights to college. What was it? Was it Memphis?
Yeah, he went to Memphis.
Hooping in Memphis. That whole. Plus, who else went? Who was it? Boogie? Cuz.
Nah, he didn't play with those guys. They went to Kentucky.
I'm trying to
But
think.
they had the same coach. They had Calipari.
Was it Beasley? Michael Beasley?
No.
Derrick Hoop was somebody when he was in Memphis, but he was a hooper then. And then just go to the long legacy of just players that, if they weren't plagued by injuries, would have done so much more than they did. But even with all the injuries, I mean, he was a straight hooper. I mean, it deserves it's time, way past time, but, one of my favorites, definitely.
Hey, man, Derrick Rose is the end of an era, man. The end of an era when guys got drafted to the NBA and was already stars. People knew who Derrick Rose was coming out of college, first of all, because he played in that national title game at Memphis against, I want to say, Kansas, when Mario Chalmers hit that shot, and he was a star coming into the league. He was a quiet, reserved, humble kid. He grew up in Chicago, got to play for his hometown team. Like, we're not going to see these young players who was like Derrick Rose, who basketball was the main thing. And that's what I mean by the end of the era. Because these new niggas, they care more about being famous than they do about being basketball players and being great at their craft. And Derrick Rose, he got what he could before he got injured. Derrick Rose won the league MVP. He did that. He was on that Bulls team. He made that Bulls team with Taj Gibson and Joakim Noah and the boys special. Unfortunately, ran up against LeBron James and Miami Heat. Like, this how good Derrick Rose was for those who didn't watch him. Like, all them point guards, like Westbrook, Steph Curry, Chris Paul. When Derrick Rose was Derrick Rose, he was busting all them niggas' ass. Like, if he didn't get injured, I don't know if we get Steph Curry, to be honest. I don't know if we get Westbrook. I don't know if we even talking about them niggas, because Derrick Rose was better than them niggas, but when he won the league MVP and when he got hurt. And in that playoff series against the Miami Heat, bro, they had to put a 6'8", 6'9" LeBron James on this nigga, bro, to shut him down. LeBron James plays small forward / power forward. Derrick Rose is a true fucking point guard. Like, in terms of his height. Not no combo guard like some of these niggas say. True fucking point guard. That's like if you put Scottie Pippen on motherfucking Gary Payton. Like, that's how good Derrick Rose was. That they had to say, hey, Wade, you can't guard him. Chalmers, you can't guard him. We got to get LeBron, who's the universal best player in the world, who's much bigger than this nigga, to guard this nigga. And he still had a game where he dropped 30 on the Heat. So, hey, man, shout out to Derrick Rose, man. And he's showing niggas how to be pimping. Because Big Mama and doing Christmas, they be wearing matching pajamas with their kids, man. He's showing y'all niggas how y'all really need to be getting out here. So, hey, Derrick Rose, man, you was one of my favorite players, man. I'm happy that you got to end your career the way you wanted to, despite all the injuries.
Yeah, he was a real good player. Even after the injuries, he still produced, but not. He didn't live up to the hype because of the injuries.
So he went to
the Knicks, yeah.
Little short stint. He was still getting buckets. I mean, you can see he was a shadow of himself.
Yeah,
he was still getting buckets.
Yeah, I just wish he would have changed the way he played his game, learned how to shoot better a little bit. Then he probably could have got a little bit more out of it because he was just more. He was still trying to depend on his athletics, even though after the injury, trying to get back to his old self. But yeah, he was the man. Love seeing him play in Memphis that college season. When he won the MVP, I think LeBron had better numbers than him, but he was highlight show the whole year. Yeah, so shout out to him. I think you probably should have retired maybe 4 years ago.
God damn.
But hey,
it's like retired then officially retired. That's what everybody's doing.
Yeah, because you've been retired. Yeah. So
Hey, man, talking about retired niggas, and, you know, Derrick Rose is going to make it to the NBA Hall of Fame. That's for sure. You know, because everybody getting that bitch. Hey, Brett Favre is already in the Hall of Fame for the NFL. Now, we already know he got the little stuff going on with the welfare stuff out there in Mississippi. That hasn't been concluded yet. He did appear in court, testify, give his little statements, and decided to throw in there that he had Parkinson's. Man, Brett Favre, you a hoe, man. And I say that as somebody that watched you from the 2000s, because I ain't really start watching football till like 2000, 2001. Like, really watching it. You was actually one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up. But, nigga, you just a hoe, dog. One, you already stole them money from them poor people, dog. Two, you out here, instead of just saying, you know, man, hey, trying to lie and say you didn't know nothing, you trying to get sympathy. See, this is what white people do, y'all. When they fuck up, they got to show up to court. This man did this shit in the 90s on the steroid trial. This nigga showed up to court with a neck brace on. That's what this nigga Brett Favre basically did. Like, Brett Favre, I would have respected you more when you said it if you would have did Michael J. Fox did back in the day when he was sitting next to Muhammad Ali and not take your medicine and just start shaking and shit. If you would have started shaking and shit and slurring your words and shit, then I would have been like, man, this nigga might be fucked up. But the whole time you sitting there perfectly, like you just read it from the paper. I ain't see you twitch one time. I ain't see you stammer or none of that shit, man, or stutter. Like, come on, man.
Hold on, what's all the hate with Michael J. Fox though, bro?
I ain't getting there ain't no respect to Michael J. Fox, because it take a real man who got a disease like that to not take his medicine for a couple of days to show the world how bad that disease is.
I'm like, hold up now, not Teen Wolf, man. Back to the Future, but I mean, hey, I'm trying to think. Parkinson's is not related to Alzheimer's, right?
Nah, it's not necessarily related to Alzheimer's. They trying to say he possibly got it from playing football, and they trying to connect it kind of to CTE.
I mean, I can see how the traumatic hits contribute to that, but I mean, like, maybe it takes that long to actually set in. But I mean, hey, I just don't want to see him have a court date next year or the year after if you're talking about I don't recall. I can't remember it.
And that shit coming, dog. That shit coming. Hey, man. So, you know, Brett Favre played college football, was a great quarterback. You know, they didn't have the transfer portal back when he played. Hey, you had to sit behind niggas if you were sorry, bro. It was just that simple. A lot of you niggas be running. But talking about running, hey, man, UNLV QB Matthew Slugger was played, I want to say 4, maybe 5 years at Holy Cross. Had a year left of eligibility. Transferred to UNLV from Holy Cross. Apparently got an NIL deal up to $100,000, maybe a little bit more. Played the first 3-4 games of the season. They was undefeated, and decided and said to everyone, "I'm out because they ain't getting my money." Seeds. We have a lot of holdouts in the NFL. Most notably CeeDee Lamb this year, and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. But we holding out in college football now?
Basically, it ain't even a holdout. It's just like I'm not playing this season, and like they basically made the rule where he can't play for any school. You cannot transfer schools during the season. So we're gonna see him sit out the rest of the year, possibly go to another school. I don't see him going to one of the big conferences. He's gonna have to go to one of these other schools that want to give him a deal. He's good, but UNLV's basically I think they knew they could play without him, which they've done decently without him. It just goes to show you this shit. The wormhole's been open. Once they allow this shit, it's just going to continue. You're going to continuously see more NIL deals and players sitting out. They're like, all right, I'm not going to start. Guess what? I'm just going to sit on the bench. I'm transferring at the end of the season. You're going to see a lot more of that. And then it's just like, it goes to show you, like, verbal agreements versus shit on paper. I don't even think you're allowed to do certain NIL deals on paper. So it's like, I mean, what can we say? It's like, oh, he should have stayed, or they should have negotiated this shit. I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Because first of all, bro, obviously you ain't that good because I ain't never heard of you, nigga. And from my understanding, he a 4 or 5 year player. When you telling me that he gonna play somewhere else, I ain't gonna lie. I don't keep up college like that, so maybe Rose can know more about it. I assume this was his last year eligibility. Like, cause this ain't no second year nigga. This nigga at least been in college playing football for 4 or 5 years. So if he even got another year eligibility, that's crazy. 2, man, after you pull this stunt, why would another team want you? But see, this kind of be the shit right here, man. And I just want to say this on it. Me and Rose had a debate about NILs and should the players get paid. We was on opposite sides of the fence. Go check the episode out. This be the shit why niggas don't want to see y'all niggas get paid. When y'all start doing shit like this, it makes people who watch college football and love that sport be like, man, y'all starting to act like these niggas in the NFL holding out over money and stuff. So, nigga, you should have finished out the season, man. Did what you're supposed to do. Because, I ain't gonna lie. We see it all the time. We talked about it, I think, a week or 2 ago. You have a good enough year with UNLV. Y'all get to the playoffs, or at least a prominent bowl game, and you play well, even though you've been a scrub your whole life, you might get a chance, maybe not to start for an NFL team, but at least be a fucking backup, like my motherfucking boy that Stetson Bennett. He got drafted. That nigga was getting drafted before he won the championship in Georgia. But guess what? Now he can say, and he signed an NFL contract, and he got at least like $500K from the Rams or whatever, and he backing up Stafford. So that could have been you, nigga.
Yeah, facts on that. Yeah, he has, because he's got a red shirt this year, so he's going to, that's how he's going to be able to play next year.
Okay, then.
That was a loophole.
Yeah, so, but yeah, the whole thing, like, just play or don't. You're supposed to get paid. Even they tried to pay him. Well, one of the casino owners tried to give him the money, but the school said no. They didn't want him to take it, or the school didn't want to take the money or something. But basically, they should have just did like they always do. Give it to him under the table and play. Like, but you crying about it? Like, you the only one that's crying about it. Like, you got paid something. You just ain't getting paid what you wanted. Like, and I just think it's dumb.
Hey, man. Now let's talk about some real college football teams that actually have a chance to make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs. So I want to say I'm gonna leave the UGA game versus Bama to Rose. Hey, Shador, you gotta play better, nigga. I know y'all beat, Colorado State, and I think they had another game that after Colorado State that they won. Baylor. And that was a game they won in overtime, I want to say.
Yeah.
Congrats to that, my nigga. But, nigga, bro, for you to be talked about as a number 1 overall quarterback, I'd have seen so many quarterbacks play better than you this season. I'd have seen the black nigga in Florida play better than you, bro. I'd have seen Carson Beck play better than you. I would watch that nigga twice this year, man. I'd have seen motherfucking the nigga at Tennessee, he done played better than your ass, man. Both the quarterbacks in Texas, Owens and Manning to play better than you. You're lucky that baby Pat Mahomes, you're lucky that he ain't even eligible to come out because that nigga outplayed you when y'all played each other, man. You doing too much stuff, man. You complaining about Cam Newton, talking on his podcast about you. That shit don't even concern you, nigga, man. Young niggas, stop worrying about this stuff on social media and just fucking play, dog. Just fucking play. Because the truth be told, man, Cam came from a motherfucking JUCO college, went to a Power 5 school, Auburn, beat Nick Saban and Alabama when it was fucking Alabama. Not this new Alabama that we done seen the last couple of years. No. When Alabama was like motherfucking Darth Vader and they had college football in the chokehold. So, hey, man, just shut up, play, man, and do what you're supposed to do because you got the best player in all of college football on your team in Travis Hunter. And I ain't gonna lie, I be watching some games. That nigga really be carrying your ass sometimes, bro. And I say this is someone that like Deion, and I want to like you, nigga. I want to like you. But you do too much shit that make me feel like you a hoe, bro. You do too, like when you walked into that white boy and said, hey, you that nigga that was talking shit. That nigga ain't never even gonna play in the NFL, bro. That nigga beneath you shouldn't be addressing that little pussy ass nigga. Let that nigga was saying what he's saying, because that's the only time we even gonna hear from the nigga all season. But you over here want to call, talking about, nigga, I heard you talking shit. Come on, man.
Yeah. I only game I'm gonna talk about is the Georgia game. It truly disappointed me, but it's like at first you gotta stop starting slow. Like y'all down 30-7 in the first half. Y'all come back, take the lead, yes, but then Carson Beck throws a pick to end the game. Man, it was. I'm glad we came back to the lead. It was close, but it shouldn't have been that close, and we should have won the game. But now we still got beat by Alabama again. Like Kirby Smart, what are you doing? Like Kirby, you have to play better. You have to have them dudes playing better. Like especially in the first half, it's like they don't wake up until the second half of every game. I just wish y'all would have won, but it was a good game. I wish I could have saw. I didn't see it, but I seen all the highlights and everything. But shout out to Jalen Miro, man. I started to like him more and more each week, man. I love that guy right there. Too bad. I just hate that he plays for Alabama.
Man, the city needed y'all boys last week.
Yeah.
That was surprising. Only game I'm gonna talk about from that week is SMU versus a struggling Florida State. Florida State has fell from grace hard. 1-4, demolished by a school. A lot of people historically, people probably know them, but like last couple of years, nobody paid attention. SMU, St. Mary's University, really coming hard. 42-16. Unexplainable the way they ran them boys. Yeah, you're gonna see more from them this season. Florida State's over. It's done.
Yeah, man. Moving on to the professionals. So, last week in the NFL, week 4, the Falcons beat the Saints. Hey, we needed y'all to do that, man. The city needed that. That lifted a lot of people in the state of Georgia up to see y'all get that, last second win on the leg of my nigga Young Ho. So, hey, man, good job on that, man. The Falcons doing their thing. Keep it pushing. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders played Kyler Murray and Commanders last week. Kyler, man, this it for you, bro. You're not gonna stay with the Cardinals, bro. Y'all gonna get a top 5 pick. They're gonna draft somebody, man, to replace you, dog. Because you just don't even know how to get Marvin Harrison Jr. the ball, bro. It don't make no sense. And Jaden Daniels, who's a rookie, you've been in the league for 3-4 years now, Kyler. Jaden Daniels looked like the fucking truth. And Jose said that shit before the draft. Jaden Daniels has been the best rookie quarterback this season. Hell, but I'll be honest, you can make the argument he's a top 5 quarterback if we're just going off the way niggas playing right now. Like this nigga's running the ball, he's throwing the ball, he's looking better than Lamar did. Lamar rookie season in terms of being able to do both. And you went up against him, and Jaden Daniels looked 10 times better than you as a rookie, nigga. And y'all play the same fucking style of football. That's disgusting, bro. That was nasty work, bro. Plus, they beat the fuck out of y'all, bro. Like 40-something to 10, man. You should be ashamed of yourself, Kyler. Baltimore, man. Y'all beat the fuck out of the motherfucking Bills. I ain't even mad at Josh Allen, man. That team don't got no talent. That team remind me of the Carolina team that went to Super Bowl. It's Cam Newton the bus. Right now, that team in Buffalo, that's just Josh Allen the bus, bro. If Josh Allen don't have an amazing game, y'all not going to compete. And Lamar, bro, I know there's going to be people that just going to say you don't deserve it because what happened last year in the playoffs against the Chiefs. But right now, you're the front runner for league MVP. Maybe Jaden Daniels, but the way you done played so far this year, like the way you controlled that game last week and Derrick Henry, doing his thing, I ain't going to lie, bro. And we found out that Rasheed Rice got injured that same weekend. Bro, I'll be real. Y'all probably going to go to the Super Bowl, nigga. So this probably, for all those saying be more stand up, this might be y'all fucking year for real this year. And if you, like me, you root for Lamar, and I hope this your year, nigga, man. Keep doing your thing.
Sees.
Yeah, man. I mean, if I'm betting on anybody, I'm betting on the Vikings. Undefeated so far. I really didn't get to watch games like I wanted to that week because of what happened with the weather and all that.
Yeah, so I want to say the Baltimore game, that was a pretty good game. That was Lamar's doing his thing. shout out to him. Shout out to he's definitely the MVP. He keep playing like this, he's gonna win his third MVP in back-to-back MVPs. And I don't see no. I can see teams beating them, but if Pat Mahomes don't win the Super Bowl this year, I hope you do. And because I would love to see Atlanta do it, but I would rather see one of y'all two do it before. Do it. Now that's hard for me to say because like, dog, how you want your whole team to not win it?
Now, if Michael Phoenix somehow get to start a job, hey Atlanta, black on black.
Okay, yeah. But I still want to see Pat Mahomes get that 3P. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see that. And Lamar, I would love to see him. Because I just think if Atlanta can keep this same group together next year, I think next year will be our year. But I'll give it to one of those two this year, and I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But those were the main things. You know what I'm saying? The Saints, we beat the Saints, so that was perfect. But
yeah, man, the end to that Saints game was explosive, bro.
Yeah, so
moving on to TNT, y'all. Hey, so there was a college, Gettysburg College. Apparently on the swim team, a young black student got pinned down by some white students, and they called the N-word, they called nigger in his chest. Apparently he's been dismissed from the swim team. The African-American, the black kid that got, called in his chest. But apparently the white students that was involved, apparently they got dismissed from the school. They haven't released the names. I got tears, man. We got to start releasing names and pictures of these white people that do these hate crimes. Because I said this before when we had the incident with the cop that shot, the woman in the head. Bro, that brings shame on you and your family. The fact that, you raised a child to grow to be a young man, to kind of have that hatred and to have that racism in their heart. See, this be the shit right here black people be trying to tell white people, man. Like, we come across shit every fucking day, and we be like, damn, that really happened, and it's 2024. But then we gotta hear people say, oh, racism is dead, and then I gotta see you coon-ass niggas, bruh, talking about y'all gonna vote for Trump and shit when we got a black person running for president, but this shit like this going on in the world, and then you coons trying to explain to me, well, the Democrats, y'all still on the plantation. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Tears.
Yeah, I got tears for that situation too. And it's like I'm still trying to figure out like how in the world do you let people hold you down and then write the whole word into your skin? Like you had to be a super hoe. Like I can't. Like how in the world? How do they hold you down? And you're able to write the whole word on your chest. I know me. It ain't gonna be a whole word. The word gonna be messed up. You ain't gonna be able to see what the words say because I'm gonna be trying to get out, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how that happened. It almost seemed like you was down with it, or unless they drugged you or something. I don't know, man. But
they hit that Diddy on him.
Yeah. You got to do better than that, man. You got to do better than that, man. I blame you, dude. That you took yourself there to a party, and you was probably the only one on the opposite side of the hand, and got roofied, and then so not only did they carve something in you, they probably put something in you too. But I got tears for you, man. I got tears for you.
Tears because like just the situation poses more questions. Like, okay, if he was he held down? It's like, okay, it's confirmed he was held down. Was he drunk? Was he drugged? What happened? Yeah, I mean, should have been expelled. Probably should have been an arrest made, but they're not going to do that. So, tears, man.
Hey, we got some more race baiting news for y'all, man. For those who love that kind of content. So that's Sheriff Bruce Zuchowski. See, do you remember what area this was in?
It was somewhere outside of, I want to say, it was either Akron or Cleveland, Ohio.
And he made comments basically trying to make it seem like he wanted to deter people from voting for Kamala, saying that he said they need to be like registered so they can be able
rounded up and they just need to be rounded up.
Yeah. And basically, when people heard those comments, they went and said, "Hey, we don't want nobody from the sheriff's office in the voting booths while we vote." And I would say this: I got tears again because we can make jokes about this, and that's what we do. We clown, we joke. But as somebody who studies Black history, like, hey, for a lot of you niggas who don't, nigga, this is what they used to do for real. They used to be cops. They used to literally be at the voter polls when Black people first started voting. And they would try to see how Black people was voting. And sometimes in some of these country places like Mississippi, Alabama, and some parts of Georgia, you kind of had to verbally say who you was voting for. And, hey, they would fuck niggas up. So, like, as much as people on social media was kind of making it seem like this was a joke, hey, man, this is historical, man. This is some shit that actually used to happen back in the day to people that was actually trying to vote and people who weren't successful enough to vote. Because they intimidated you if you tried to vote. Then if you voted against the wrong party, then they did shit to you. Like, yeah, man, hey, I'm glad them people took the shares because you can't even say shit like that when you in certain positions, bro. And I think that's what some people don't understand, bro. Like with positions like that, with positions like the President of the United States, it ain't even about can you do the job or not. Sometimes it's some shit you can't even say because you're going to give the image that you might be against a certain group of people. And we can't even have that when we put you in these offices. Tears.
Yeah, I got tears too. It's the voting season again. It seems like it's always voting season, but it's the big one. But for the people, I guess. But I know when I go to vote now, I don't never see police there. But I don't know what all that was about. But maybe they said it was gonna be there or something. I don't know what all that was about. But I got tears anytime some kind of you trying to race bait or gaslight and talking about doing this and all that. But it's just sad, and it's sad that he has that position and he's in control of people's lives, and he has that mind frame of thinking. So
basically got a case of someone who's an interim or voted into a certain position for a little while. So I guess he's going for like official, like some higher position, like maybe county sheriff or something. But basically on his own personal Twitter, he said some stupid shit. It's touching racist shit because basically saying anybody who has a Harris sign or such and such in their yard, they need to be rounded up after the vote's completed. When Trump's in office, you could see he's an avid Trump supporter and all this other shit. It's just like when you're in a public position, it's just certain shit you just don't say. Even if you feel that way personally, you don't say that shit out loud. And it's like it gives a certain perception. They were like, okay, you know what? Fuck that. We're not gonna have this county sheriff at the fucking polls. We're gonna use private security. Anytime you lose trust, the public loses trust in you like that, you kind of fucked up and put a tank on your own fucking campaign. So dummy, you get what you deserve. Basically, it just goes on foot stomp. You can't say whatever the fuck you want when you're in public office. You can't. It's gonna your own thoughts of what you say, whether it's JD Vance and all these other politicians, no matter what state. When you say some shit, people take that shit literally.
And moving on, man, to another political topic. Guns is a big issue. People who have felonies. We got a felon running for office right now in Trump. Hey, man, a couple of felons right here, Boosie and TI. Big time rappers. Their sons were shooting a music video. They went to the place they were shooting a music video and said, "What y'all doing with all these guns?" And T.I. and Boosie had to explain, man, y'all do know how much time you can do for even having these guns here and doing all this stuff and the way it looks, and you're trying to portray something that you shouldn't portray. Hey, man, I got tears of joy that Boosie and T.I., two niggas that was in the streets a little bit, letting their sons know, bruh, y'all grew up good. Y'all don't need to do this shit. Like, we joked about Michael Irvin's son, Tarantino, something about how he be rapping about the street life. Hey, man, you niggas that's not street, stop rapping about street fucking life. Rap about what the fuck you know, man. Rap about being a rich nigga's son. Rap about going to these private fucking institutions. You know, rap about bitches because y'all probably fucked a lot of bitches at an early age because of how much money y'all got. Rap about going to Dubai and shit because y'all know y'all was going to Dubai like 12 years old on vacation and shit. Stop trying to rap about street shit. You ain't never cook up no crack in the kitchen. You ain't never put a gun on nobody with the intent to possibly use it. You ain't never, you know, been in the crack house and the police done kicked the door in on y'all. You ain't never had to rob nobody to actually so you could eat the next day. Stop trying to do this shit, bruh.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for the situation, but I did because I like what they said to the kid, but it's like y'all there, so y'all tell them this where y'all get this and why y'all get this. Y'all paying for it. Y'all allowing this. So it's like you can say all this on the camera and like y'all really care, but do you really care? It doesn't seem like you do because y'all allowing it to happen. Y'all should have said, "No, we shutting this down." No, because I know y'all paying for it. Y'all should have said, "No, we ain't doing this. We not having this." No, y'all. They was like they had people there that I don't know if they pulled up on them or something, or they. Cause it seemed like they knew that they was throwing the video. They was there, and all of a sudden they was like they didn't agree with some of the things, or it kind of made it seem like they was trying to just make a point or something. I don't know. It just seemed kind of clout chaser to me. I don't know. I don't know. But shout out to them. I'm glad that they did that and that people are seeing that because and we need more people like that and we need more people to show like, hey, you don't need these guns. You can go do this. You can go to jail. This and that. And like that's crazy that and it's crazy that's why I don't think it was kind of real because they were saying this, but they're there. They're not even supposed to be around guns or ammunition or nothing like that because they're convicted felons. So them being there on camera and they're saying these guns, so were they fake guns or were they real guns? So like, because if they're real guns, that means you violating yourself and you put it on film. Like, we all just got to be smarter than that, man.
Hey, to Rose's point, when he said we need more people like this, real quick, it's a lot of people that's not famous. They grew up in the streets, found a way to get out of it, and I ain't gonna say get out of it like they rich, but they got respectable jobs and they raising families, and they kids is doing shit like this. So y'all need to get on y'all kids too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of them situations, bro. Like we needed more. I wonder would they have had a problem if they were using Nerf guns? Like go back a couple years ago when Lil Pump and all these other clown rappers were instead of using real AKs and all that shit, they were like literally shooting videos with Nerf guns. They still
water guns and all
that.
that.
Yeah, it's like they literally said the same line, like, you know, I'm gonna kill you or whatever, but they weren't using real things. I mean, then he brought up a point. He was like, "What about the songs about the girls? What about the songs about this and that?" And he was like, "You got basically, I think all of T.I.'s kids do music.
Yeah.
One of them can I forgot his other son. I forgot which one. Damani can actually spit. I mean, he actually is like." He's kind of versatile with his shit, so it's like you see the talent. And King is just a rebellious kid that wants to just do whatever. And then Boosie's son, I mean, he probably looks at what his dad does, and, you know, wants to emulate that. But I mean, you brought up a good point, Rose. You gotta record everything. I mean, it's a great message, but at the same time, did they know people were recording this shit? Were they just trying to blow up the spot? And you know, those questions posed.
Hey man, talking about blowing up the fucking spot. So we've all had the situations at work. If it didn't happen to us, we know it happened to somebody. Somebody put food in the refrigerator at work. You come back to it maybe later on that day, or maybe even the next day, and somebody ate your shit. Or if you had like some of the drinking, they didn't drink your shit. So this person put on TikTok about how he put an acid laxatives in his food so he could catch who did it. Long story short, he was trying to monitor who was going to the bathroom. He found out who did it. It was somebody who basically was doing it, and they ended up getting fired. Yo, C's, was this the proper way to catch the food thief?
Yes, because if not, you just gotta. What you gonna do? Put a camera in front of the work refrigerator? No. I would have did the opposite. I would have just made my shit hot. So it's like, hey, put some, cook some with some peppers, let them eat it, and then it's gonna come out the other end hot. Go in hot, come out hot. But I mean, hey, if people eat your food, you literally put your name on your shit, and it's not like, oh, I went to somebody's house and I left something over there. No, it's a public company refrigerator. Why are you touching you? Why do you have the audacity to touch somebody else's damn food? So it learns you. Like, fix the situation.
Yeah, I ain't got no chest. I know this was fake. And buddy, what you such a hoe that they take your lunch every day? I bet they did that in high school too. Niggas was just taking your lunch every day. They probably held you upside down, put your head in the toilet too.
He was getting deboed.
Yeah, like they took my lunch.
Did they eat all of it?
They said he ate.
They ate half of it. I want to say.
And the reason why I know it's fake because I seen a black woman post the same video about the same thing, but I guess hers ain't blow up as much. But I was like,
oh, so this nigga a joke thief.
Yeah,
this nigga a video thief.
Yeah, I seen a black girl post the same video like a month ago or so ago. Like,
this is the Carlos Mencia of TikTok.
Yeah, but it's like, man, if somebody taking your lunch at work and they got your name on it, they know you a hoe. They're like, I'm about to take this man lunch, like, man. And then how nasty? And if it was true, how nasty you got to be to take somebody else's lunch? You don't know what they did to it. You don't know exactly. And like, no, man, I'm straight. I'm straight on all that though. But if it was a real story, that buddy, you was a hoe.
I got tears of laughter. I want to say real quick because you're right, man. I'm one of those people. I really don't. If I don't know you like that, I don't like eating people cooking. If I'm not in the house with them as they cook, because everybody don't wash their hands before they start cooking, and some people just be scratching, doing all kind of crazy shit, bro. I done seen motherfuckers videos of people having cats on the counters while they cooking food and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, hey man, if you gonna catch them, bro, I guess this is the way to do it, dog. But I will say this though, y'all gotta stop eating people food at work, bro. Like, if you ain't bringing it to work, you got to stop just going in the fridge eating food. Because people be spitting in their shit. People do all kind of shit. Like Rose said, you don't know how people prepare their food, if they even wash their motherfucking hands. And then you wonder why 2 a.m, you sick and you got to call out because you done ate this spaghetti and you don't know that this bitch be scratching her pussy while she be making the spaghetti and don't wash her fucking hands. Like, motherfuckers is nasty out here, y'all. There's a cost to everything, though.
Yeah.
And in this last one, this woman said her male friend explained to her the formula of cost per nut. And basically about how men calculate how much each date is to get the pussy or after they got the pussy. And then once it becomes too expensive and your value or the pussy's value outweighs how much they've been spending or spent, and they cut bait. I got tears. Y'all niggas are some hoes, bruh. Cause y'all go out here and y'all keep telling. It's this one thing I ain't gonna say on the pod, but Rose know what I mean. Y'all be out here telling the game. Y'all be making videos about how niggas be trying to get over, bruh. Because this a cruel world out here, man. These hoes want too much, bro. Back when I was chilling and I was hanging with hoes, if you had a little bit of something to smoke on, if you had a bottle, didn't matter what kind of bottle. And if you had your spot, that's all you needed. Hell, back in the day, you might not even have to pay for the weed, bro. Like, some hoes might just say, hey, we'll match one with y'all. Me and my homegirl will match one with y'all. Now, these hoes want too much. And you niggas out here telling these hoes the game. Man, put these mics down and stop telling these hoes the game. Because some of y'all niggas doing that shit because y'all trying to get the pussy. And y'all sipping like that, man. Stop it.
Inflation, man. Inflation. It's nothing new. The maths. They just told it, so that's it, man.
Yeah, I think I got tears for Buddy because he's telling the game, but it's like that was some real stuff what he said from what I remember from the video. Like, it's like, yeah, man, it cost too much. The cost of that nut was too much. It's like And other people need to realize that, like, they need to start doing that too. Like, come on, like, because like Vertizi said, he messes up the game. Like, you're spending too much change for her to do something strange. So it's like,
and now she's thinking that's a permanent price.
Yeah, so it's like you out here splurging on these rats. It's like, man, take that rat to the field and do away with them, man. Like, man, come on, man, y'all gotta do better, man. Y'all gotta do
take
better.
her back to the sewer.
Yes, man.
Man, I don't know.
This is not Ratatouille. Don't take her to the kitchen.
I don't know what's wrong with these hoe ass niggas. I really don't know what's wrong with these hoes, y'all.
What's wrong with them?
So, this black woman posted on her video that she's a sex worker on TikTok. And she basically went into a tangent on why a lot of sex workers do not meet AAs. Now, for those who don't know what AAs mean, that means African Americans, that means black people, that means you niggas. They don't like meeting black people because they think black people is cheap, they dangerous, they like to haggle the price, and it's always something. See, what's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them? This is every couple of months, couple of weeks, you see the definition of a bedwench. Yes, if you don't know what that is, look it up. Bedwench. When have you known hoes complain about the price? Your clientele is your clientele, right? If you choose to only deal with white men or other races, I mean, shit, stick to that. Why do you have to find the need to bag? And I hope they drug you in the comments. So you telling me none of these white men have haggled you on the price? They're just like, okay, baby, whatever. Oh, it's gonna be $140. Okay, baby. No, quit lying, ho. The price is the price. Fuck it. If that's your clientele, that's your clientele. Fuck it, man.
I don't know what's wrong with you hoes, man. First of all, to C's point, man, even if the white man ain't haggle the price, let's keep this real, man. And I had this conversation with a black girl recently. Man, when you sisters date white, man, y'all don't understand, bro. That's a fetish for these niggas. That's something that they really don't get like that. That's something that they, when they see it, the fact that they can fuck a black bitch and get a brown sugar, they be like, damn. It's the reason why the shit is called jungle fucking fever, bro.
I like chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, these white boys will pay more for some black pussy because they know black pussy is some shit they not supposed to get. That's just like Americans. Yeah, nigga, American might pay some more for some Asian pussy or Dominican pussy or some shit like that. Because it's like, you know what, bro, this is not common for me. I would not normally, be presented this opportunity to get this shit. Secondly, hey man, I'm not gonna make it seem like black people don't haggle prices. But nigga, black people haggle prices on everything, man. Black people go to Walmart and see some shit that's $9.99 and wonder why the shit can't be $7.99. Like, bro, we out here, we hurting, bro. like our pockets is fucked up. We need to save them couple dollars. So if you telling me you wanna smash for $100, I might have the $100, but I might think to myself, bro, if I can do it for $60, bro, I need to use that for it. I need $20 on that on gas. And I need another 10 to get food from when I'm at work and shit like that. Like, hey, we just ain't trying to just splurge like that just on some pussy. So if you don't want me black people, cool. But I'm going to be real. Man, you going to get paid no matter what. Like, the nigga might haggle you. And if you decide to go down on the price, guess what, ho? Most y'all ain't even worth the price y'all post anyway on some of this shit, man. Like, a lot of y'all will post $200. And I'll look at you and be like, bitch, you really worth about 60 or 80. Like, y'all would post some shit that's crazy. Like, I got a homegirl that she be out there like that. And she want more now. Once she didn't look way worse than she did when she was younger. Like, where we do that? Where we do that at? Like, so you telling me I was going to the Falcons game when it was going to the Super Bowls and stuff, and I was paying $100 ticket. But now that they always only win at 3 games a year, y'all want to pay $200 a ticket? Where we do that at?
We're not the Falcons. You're talking about the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers. Okay, we can say Panthers then. My bad. Where we do that at, man? So a lot of you hoes, I know too many of you hoes that was doing what y'all supposed to be doing for $40 and $60. And now y'all talking about, I'm in a different place in my life. I need $150 and some shit like that. Man, first of all, that pussy got mileage on it. Bitch, you got wrinkles in your face. That stomach look like an oatmeal pie. Them titties ain't even looking me in the eye. They looking at the ground. Your nipples looking at the ground, bitch. What's going on? That ass don't sit up. Like, you gotta wear special underwear for that ass to look right when you in tights. And then when you take them off, your ass be sagging. And y'all want to charge niggas more? Man, come on, get the fuck out of here, man.
Doggone. Where's Juice Man at when we need him? I'm pretty sure he would have loved this topic. But yeah, y'all no AAs. Yeah, but your price is your price, but who cares? It's last time I checked, it's illegal. So of course somebody's going to try to get a better price for something that's illegal. Last time I checked, that's why I say, hey man, the 3.5 is 40, but man, it used to be 25, but
that's a perfect fucking example, Rose.
So it's like, nah, I give you 30. So it's like,
facts. You want to take this 30 or you want to make nothing, nigga?
Yeah. So you either go take what they go offer you, or you go leave here with nothing. It's like, y'all don't try, and we don't want to get. I don't want to hear nothing about no inflation, because if we talking about inflation, then the price should be 10 times cheaper than what it is, because it's getting ran through and demolished and all kind of other stuff like daily. Like you see online, like oh yeah, I had 10 customers today. Like, you had 10 customers today. What?
And you think I want to be the 11th nigga to stick my dick in you today?
What? And have to pay what you want?
Come on, what we doing here, y'all? What the fuck is we doing? What we doing?
Oh my goodness, man. What's wrong with y'all hoes, man? I don't know.
And then, so we down to the final topic of the evening, man. You know, death is something that's inevitable. It's going to come. But speaking of that, we had two people that was on death row, Marcellus Williams, Freddie Owens. You know, y'all can look up their stories. In Marcellus Williams' case, there was a lot of controversy with the way stuff was handled, the evidence, the way the trial went. And even the prosecutors was like, there was misdoings and mishandlings on their part. There's a potential that man could have been innocent. Even the prosecutors asked for a stay of his execution. The governor, I want to say this was like Missouri, denied it. And then out of South Carolina, Freddie Owens, there was a little bit of controversy with his original case, but apparently he did kill somebody while he was in holding, while he was in jail, who was in there for just, I think, traffic violations or whatever. He was executed too. There's a lot of people that's in an uproar. C's, Rose, y'all can talk about the cases a little bit, but after you talk about the cases, if you don't have nothing, that's cool. How do you feel about the death penalty in general? Like, should that even be something in 2024 we should still have on the books? Should it still be implemented? And are there certain forms of the death penalty that should be permissible and some that should not? Please.
Yeah. So I got facts to drop about Khalifa Williams specifically. It's gonna open your eyes to certain things. Any misconceptions about the South being the only states or the predominant states that do executions, you would be very surprised when other states do it. He was the third inmate executed in Missouri this year. He was the 15th person executed this year. His defense team and the same prosecutors on his case later came back and said, yes, this case should be thrown out. So that's something to think about. His girlfriend claimed he did it, and another person he got arrested with said he did it also. Both of them were coerced at the times they did it, given plea deals for separate offenses. Actually, both of those people are actually dead now. They've been dead for a while. The victim's husband, the lady who supposedly got killed, he actually signed off on overturning the case themselves, and he was already serving a 20-year jail sentence for robbing a donut store. So basically, it just proves to go like the death penalty's gone nowhere. It's still happening over the case. It's like when you have even an inch or an inkling of proof of them not being guilty, you shouldn't say, "Oh, go ahead and pull the trigger." The governor said, "Well, no, we're not going to retry this case." Supreme Court said we're not going to retry it. Crazy to see. The second one is Freddie Owens of South Carolina. South Carolina actually, they ran out of the lethal injection serum. So that's one of the issues with the death penalty now. It's literally like we can't get our hands on the freaking chemicals to even do it. So now they're looking at legalizing firing squad, which they did back in like 2016. They authorized it. They still do the electric chair. The last person to get electrocuted was Richard Bernard Moore. Basically, both cases you see where people were coerced into giving evidence, like saying, like, yeah, he did it. So if you have any doubts, just remember, when you kill somebody, it's final. You can't just say, oh, we were wrong. That person's in a, 6 feet under or ashes in an urn. So it's like, if you're going to authorize a death penalty, be sure about it. Like in any case where you have mishandled evidence or anything of that nature, or you're just trying to get the DA, the prosecutor, district attorney, they're just trying to get a closed case. Yeah, we got them through. They're not worried about actually serving justice if somebody actually did it or not. On a stance of capital punishment, death penalty, I'm not for it. There's certain cases where I could see where the family or somebody wants it. It's like, yeah, this thing did it. Like, you a serial killer, and it's proven you got 4 or 5 bodies buried in your backyard or in your living room. Yeah, come on. Like, at that point, it's like, come on. Like, maybe they might want to. There would be a lot of people glad to pull that, pull the lever. Like, hey, Crump, pull the lever. Just to, electrocute them or whatever. But it's like, if you're gonna do it, be sure about it. I'm not necessarily for it. And then like the only form I agree with in this supposedly supposed to be modern society, the only one I agree with is the lethal injection. Electrocution. Everybody's seen the Green Mile?
Yeah, Green Mile.
Everybody's seen that movie. To get your brains fried is crazy to look at. Gas, the same thing. It's like they did that shit in the Holocaust and so many other. They did that in Africa. There's so many other cases where they literally gas somebody. I don't agree with gassing. Lethal injection is the only one. It's like if you can't get the formula, literally just let them rot in jail till you're able to get it. It is what it is. That's how
Yeah, man. As far as both cases go, the Freddie Owens one, I mean, I think that like he at least killed one person, bro. So I'm not finna waste no time on him. Marcellus Williams, I don't like the fact that there's too much mystery with his, because to your point, C's, when you decide to kill somebody, it's final. I do feel like when we decide to make that decision, it needs to be like not just one murderer. Like you had to have like at least killed 2 people, or the one person you did kill, like it shows that you might have tortured them for hours, did a whole bunch of heinous shit. I definitely feel like there needs to be no fucking doubt that you did that shit. Like, no fucking doubt. Because 12 people who are not professionally trained to sit and listen to lawyers talk for days on end, and they all go into that with their own biases and own preferences and stuff, like, that is not the way we should be doing death penalty. To be honest, the way we do the whole trial system is fucked up, to be honest. But just with that, nah, if the death penalty is on the table, we need to be completely thorough with that. I will say this, with the death penalty, we need it. Like, there needs to be a deterrent to stop the most violent, to stop the most sadistic, to stop the most twisted mentally people in society from committing these crimes. Like, we need something on the table to deter people, to let them know we just not gonna let you kill somebody. Now, with that being said, we gotta stop this niggas being on death row for 50 years shit. We are paying for these niggas to be housed on death row for 50, 40 years, because the average person, I looked it up, I think gets executed within 25 years the earliest. Like, when you do see people get executed in 10 years, that's actually very fucking early. We got to start doing 5 years, 3 to 5 years, bro. You committed the crime, 3 to 5 years. We let you do your little appeal shit. You lose your appeal. All right, bro. As soon as you lose your fucking appeal, hey, we hooking you up to the chair and it's over. Now, as far as how to do the death penalty, I'm gonna be real, bro. That shit need to be televised, man. Every time we do death penalty, that shit should be televised nationally. Because we need American citizens to see what's going on. Because it's one thing when you hear some of this shit, but to actually see, like you brought up the green mile, to actually see someone get executed, hey, that might make you be like, you know what, bro? I was gonna go over there and kill that nigga for $20. But you know what? I just saw them fry this nigga on TV. And I'm keep real. All forms need to be out there, man. All forms need to be out there, man. Firing squad. In some states, they still have that on the books. They don't use it. Hanging, you know, if you black, I don't feel like you should be hanging. But hanging should be out there.
That's one of those ones.
You know, goddamn, the chair should be out there. I don't want to get rid of the chair. Lethal ejection. To be honest, I feel like that's the pussy way right there. Like we just putting niggas to sleep. Nigga, I took 2 dogs to the vet and put them to sleep. That shit looked peaceful like a motherfucker. Like if you got 3
decapitation.
Yeah, like the guillotine need to come back. We can't just be putting niggas to sleep. And then on top of that, hey, bro, the victims of the person who, you know, lost their loved one, they probably need to be the ones to determine, like, well, hey, Matthews, you know, this man raped your daughter for like 5 hours and drove her half around the country and killed her and like three of the women. Like, you and these families are going to determine, like, how we kill them. Like, these are the options. Hey, man, I'm going to keep it real. We not putting no needle on that nigga arm, man. You need to get the state troopers or some military people, and we doing firing squad. And y'all don't stop shooting till that nigga ain't breathing. We need a doctor on site to check that nigga pulse. You know it's 50 bullets in this nigga, right?
That is not how you do
and he's still breathing. Hey, stand him back up then and shoot another 50 rounds in this nigga until he ain't breathing no more.
That is not how you do a firing squad.
That's what I seen in the movies, so I don't know how they do it.
You talking about World War II.
Hey, bro, we need to bring all that shit back, bro. Because there's some twisted, sick people out here. And I be watching over some of these people. These niggas got bodies. And these niggas be doing fucked up shit to these people before they kill them. We need a deterrent for that shit. But we do have to make sure if we get them, that's the right person. We gotta make sure we're sure. But once we know for a fact this nigga did it, hey, bro, hey, light him up.
Yeah. I don't think we should have to make sure. I think more people should get the death penalty because, like you said, they should put it on TV, on social media, so people can see it. And then that's going to take some of these young ends. That's going to make them think. Because most of them young ends is hoes. They was raised by hoes. So if you was raised by a hoe, your whole mama should have had a daughter because you a hoe too. But there's a reason why you doing dumb stuff out there because you ain't got no brain in your head. So now if you seen people get these sentences and all these death penalties, that might change the way they think because it's like they not thinking at all.
Because if we go on TikTok or YouTube and we see someone actually getting hung or electrocuted or getting put to sleep, and you might be like, damn, I just saw someone lose their life. Now there's some sick people that's gonna beat their dick to that shit. Hey, they out there. But for the most part, that's gonna scare some people. Yeah. Because y'all remember when they hung Saddam Hussein, right? And motherfucking Iraq or wherever it was, they put that on TV.
No, well they killed them when they came Obama.
You talking about Al Qaeda?
Oh, that was
yeah. Like no, his own people. They had this nigga body hanging. I saw that on TV. I was like, oh shit, nigga, that nigga look fucked up.
Oh yeah, when they found him in there, but he was living around. But they found him. Yeah, but they need to do
his ass out of hole.
Yeah, but they need to. I don't think they need to get rid of it. They need to do it more often, and they need to, like you said, that would be a good idea if they televise it and put it on social media so these people can see, these young people can see, like, and I know you ruin the family and being in jail and all this stuff, and it's jobs and stuff like that, but these prisoners be doing all the kind of dumb stuff, and then they still ruining people's lives in jail.
Be raping niggas.
And I'm talking about not even the people that's in jail. They ruin people's lives that's out of jail, like COs, hospital workers.
Oh yeah.
By just like the trauma that they putting people through. It's like why are we feeding these people? Why are we doing all this? Why are we letting these people get all this health care and everything else? But they can go to the hospital, don't have to pay for it. But a person that's working a 9 to 5 at McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King that can't afford health insurance, they go to the hospital, they got to pay for it. Now they got a whole big hospital bill. But an inmate can go there free and don't got to worry about nothing. That's crazy. Like, how does the system work? How does that even make any sense at all?
And in some of these states, we still get these niggas last meal requests. What you mean we give you a last meal? They stopped that shit in Texas, but do you know what the last meal in Texas is? You get a steak dinner, man. A steak fucking dinner. Steak, broccoli, a salad, a baked potato, and some sweet tea. Nigga, that's a great fucking meal right there. That's a great fucking meal.
Yo, speaking of last meals, I don't know if it was Freddie or Khalifa. One of them asked for a cheeseburger. He asked for a double cheeseburger.
From where?
Pepsi. That was his last meal.
From where?
I think it was like Wendy's or Burger King or something.
Okay.
He was like, I was like, damn, I'm like, it's your last meal. That's what you good. And the other one, like, one of them, like, they were both simple meals. Like, nobody was asking for lobster, steak. They like literally like chicken and like simple shit like chicken, a soda.
They asked for what they used to eat on the streets. They weren't eating lobsters and steaks. Back in the day, they were killing people. They was eating cheeseburgers.
Man,
and church
I
chicken.
never had lobster before. I don't want lobster for my last meal, and I don't like it.
Hannibal Lecter gonna be like, I would like a side of bread. If I can't get bread, if I can't get human breads, I'll take cattle breads. I mean, it's this the one thing. It's a very fine line between humans and monsters. Once you cross this line, if you implement it, is a very fine line between becoming a monster yourself. When society pushes this through, how do you stop yourself? It's a question you have to ask yourself. How do you stop yourself from becoming a monster? One to see that it's like, okay, this person deserves what they got, but it's like when it's a spectacle, you damn better be right if you do it.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the death penalty. And I also think some of y'all lames, y'all suckers and some of y'all hoes need to kill yourself. I'm like, just go ahead and remove yourself from this earth, because like you wasting everybody's time, their patience, and like some people just need to go in and kill themselves, and we still need the death penalty too. Like we need to have a place where some people just go like, hey, I'm this and I'm this. I don't want to kill myself. We need to have a place that they can go and just kill themselves, or have somebody else kill them for them, so we can get rid of some of these people, because you're taking up space.
Yeah, here's my final thoughts, man. I want to touch on what you said about not becoming monsters. I'm gonna be real, man. As somebody that deals with inmates, and Rose has had to be in dangerous situations for his profession too. I'm gonna be real, man. Sometimes you gotta turn into a monster to actually deal with this shit, man. And to be able to deal with some of this shit that we got going on in society, bro, you gotta put your hands in the shit. Your hands cannot be clean, bro. And that's the problem. You got too many people that want their hands to be clean, but want solutions to some of the shit going on. You're going to have to get fucking dirty. You're going to have to go in that world and be something you don't want to be. Because we got people that are mentally fucked up. And I'm not even talking about mentally ill. They think it's okay to just take a fucking life. They think it's okay to torture people. They think it's okay to rape people for hours on end and give them water or whatever. They think it's okay to molest kids. We got people like that in society. And for us to be able to eradicate that, and I'm saying it, we got to eradicate that disease. Yeah, man, we got to scare people to the point where even if they have the desire to do some of that shit, they are so afraid of what could happen if they get caught. They like, fuck it. I don't want no parts of that shit. And I feel like we need to go back to some of that sadistic shit they did back in the 1700s and in the Roman Empire, where you tie niggas up to like 4 horses and just smack them horses on the ass. Because we got to televise some of this shit so niggas be like, you know what? Hey, bro, they chopped the nigga dick off on TV yesterday and let him bleed to death.
I ain't doing that.
I ain't trying to go for that, man. Final thoughts, Steve.
Man, my rebuttal for that is what's to stop you from doing that to your political enemy or your ops? What's to stop you from doing that? Hey, he did this. Start playing evidence and using the same case. It's like, hey, it's probably a conversation that needs to be had. The deterrent is definitely needs to be there. But I always say, what do we call it? We don't call it the American justice system. We call it the American justice system. So it's like, hey, if these DAs and these prosecutors, yo, if you planting evidence or you coercing witnesses and shit and tampering with the trials, that should mean something like, hey, we probably need to fucking relook at this case or re-examine the evidence because it's a lot of there's a lot of people who slipped through the cracks that got killed that didn't do that shit. But I mean, yeah, you can't fix it.
Yeah, man, kill them fools. And all y'all hoes out there and all y'all suckers, kill yourself.
And there wasn't air being Rakim, peace.
Yeah, man, y'all can catch us at the next light, man. We in traffic. And I'm back quiet.